So we find that the biggest misconception for car rental and travel managers in that space is really not looking at it from a broader mobility standpoint strategy. When you look at it strictly on a price standpoint, then you're eliminating so many other key objectives from the program. One of the biggest misconceptions is really looking at it solely from a rate standpoint and not looking at it from reducing traveler friction. And that's really one of the things that travelers today are really looking for, is how can I have a better, more efficient trip? They're looking for opportunities to bypass counters, have better vehicle selection, faster speed through the airport. And that's really the biggest misconception, is when you really focus on rate, you're missing all of the other things that reduce the friction for the traveler. One of the other key items as well is when a travel manager looks at comparing cost, and what they do is they look at the total cost versus the daily cost, and they try to think, should I select the lowest travel option for my traveler? And that really, again, is one of the biggest misconceptions, because the lowest cost up front doesn't always net you the end total cost. So when you look at, let's just say, for example, ride hailing today in comparison to car rental, the comparison can be pretty great when you look at multiple trips throughout a day in a ride hailing situation versus a car rental. And I think when you really focus on that opportunity versus just daily rate, you're going to have a completely different travel program. So really from a value perspective, I think for ground transportation, there's three primary pillars that you really need to focus on. Those pillars are really going to be cost, which total cost, productivity for the traveler, and then really cost effectiveness and efficiency for the traveler. And when you focus on those three primary pillars, it really makes a tremendous difference when you come to reduce friction for the travelers. For example, when you introduce loyalty programs into the mix for them, and you're focusing more on what is the opportunity to save time for the traveler. I mean, today when you look at really what travelers are looking for, they want to be as fast and efficient as possible, and time matters when it comes to that. So you have to look at companies that are going to have the greatest availability, the greatest car selection, and the best loyalty programs out there in the industry. In doing so, what it does is it opens up a whole other opportunity for you to look at something other than just rate. And when you're looking at rate, what it does is it brings everything together for you as a travel program, and then allows you to bring more of these value adds to the traveler, which then brings in more traveler compliance. And when you're bringing in traveler compliance, you have less leakage, better cost efficiency, and greater productivity to your travel program. Duty of care increases, and everything comes together. Leading companies today are getting greater compliance by taking all of the restrictions and everything out of a program, leaving it to the traveler to make the best logical decision, but also setting up the travel program to where it's giving those opportunities to the end user. And what I mean by that is, when you set up a travel program that is going to have the preferred supplier as your first option, it's going to have the TMCs available in the booking tool, displaying the options and the preferred choices. The traveler is going to make the selections based on what is going to work best for them. And when you take away those restrictions and eliminate the friction in that program, you're going to get a much greater compliance and duty of care to your program, and they're going to have less leakage going outside of your travel program. Dig in the grab bag here. What is the one thing business travel has taught you about people? I mean, I have been in this industry for 32 years. This is my 32nd GBTA. And coming here and seeing a lot of these folks after 32 years, a lot of the same faces, really it's a large industry, but a very small industry when it comes to the people, because these are like family. These are friends that I have made over years and years and years. These are very resilient people, because travel certainly is an industry that goes through a lot of headwinds. So what it's taught me about people is these are family, these are resilient people, these are people who really want to be in a customer service industry, because travel is such a personal thing for all of us, and they really want to make sure they take care of that traveler. So it's taught me a lot about people, and really about myself being in this industry.